Dramatized by Michael Butt, from the stories by Michael Gilbert. With Philip Jackson as Inspector Petrella, Anthony Jackson as Sergeant Burley, and Jamie Glover as Milo, in Heroes and Villains.
Once, we had Jackie the Rat down at the wharves. One of those unusual engagements when British police go armed. He is surrounded, and I have said all the usual, "Come out, Jackie, be reasonable, throw down your weapon," etc. And he has replied with some defiant rounds in our direction, until finally I say to my marksman, "Take aim." And when Jackie's head appears next and begins to tell us what we might like to do with our mothers, the man fires. One shot, and Jackie falls backwards, topples, dead. And in the search, when I'm going through his pockets later, I find a photograph of a young child. It's Jackie's son. And I think, was this man a child's hero? On this day like thunder, sky the pallor of death. And later, when I have to tell the boy that his father is dead, there is a moment before the tears begin, when his face twists at the enormity, as though some impossibility has been breached. And I remember this now, because of late it has seemed to me that we all need heroes. We spend our lives in choppy waters and grasp at anything for buoyancy. Son to father, husband to wife, brother to brother. And because the facts defy our need, we grasp all the harder. The small child remains inside us. Listen, and you will hear him calling for his father in the night.
Mr. Petrella.
Hello, Chesty. How's the emphysema?
Going quite well. And you?
Give me a large Irish.
You look awful.
Cheers. Yes?
What?
I wish to be alone. Why does your melancholy face still haunt me?
Mr. Petrella, I read the human soul.
Would you mind going away, or I may call a policeman?
You are a policeman.
How can I forget that?
This afternoon, a young lady came
Chesty, if you knew the kind of day I'd have...
Who is she, I said to myself. An angel.
Give me another.
And why is she crying?
What?
She's aroused my sympathy.
She's aroused something.
I want you to go over and talk to her. An aura of innocence surrounds her, don't you think?
Chester, you were once a hard-bitten, foul-mouthed cynic. What went wrong?
Same again, was it?
All right, I'll talk to her. Excuse me, miss. I'm a police officer. No, I really am.
What do you want?
You're upset. I couldn't help but notice. I'm like that.
So?
Boyfriend thing, is it?
No.
Just down from Liverpool?
I'm meeting someone.
Someone you know?
I haven't done anything wrong.
No. And is this your suitcase? This is my phone number. My name is Petrella.
Well, why would I want your number?
Because sometimes things are not what they seem.
You should have more faith.
Goodbye, miss.
What did she say?
She wants to know if you're free this weekend.
You owe me for 2 Irish.
Slated. In the course of a lifetime's work, a policeman will see many dead people. It is no wonder, then, that corpses I have known forms a staple in our canteen conversation. My Sergeant Burley has dined out on such macabre narratives for years. All he needs is a captive audience, which Constable Milo invariably provides.
He was stuffed in the cupboard under the stairs, and when I opened the door...
Was he erect?
I didn't notice. He fell. His arms flopped round my neck, and his blue lips touched mine. That was one I won't forget in a hurry. Oh, and another one. Oh, much worse.
Burley, these stories...
Yeah?
As much as I enjoy them...
Yeah?
Why are you...
I'm educating you.
I see.
You've been to Cambridge?
Yes.
What did that teach you? What a man looks like who's just had the top of his head clipped off?
Classics and cadavers, very popular. The point is, Burley... The point is, I will no doubt learn all these things in time. If left, won't I?
Yeah? Right. How much?
My wife is Argentinian. This is a fact I neither deny nor advertise. It would be an exaggeration to say that being married to Sarah has entirely changed my life, although I must be one of the few officers serving with the Metropolitan Police who can tango confidently while sober. Although that night, I was not sober.
You were late home tonight, Patrick. You didn't say why.
Well, you know how it is.
Oh, yes. And your breath was stained with whiskey, I think. Can I say that?
I don't think stained, no.
What's the matter?
A few things on my mind.
Unpleasant things?
Possibly. Could we dance, Sarah, not talk?
If you like. Maybe being a policeman is not what you want anymore.
And what would I do?
You have a law degree. You could solicit.
That's an idea.
Have I said something amusing? Wait, I will get it. Yes? Ah, Mr. Burley. And how are tricks? Good. And how is your tango since I taught you some steps? Well, you must find time and include Mrs. Burley, of course. To dance the tango alone would be a form of musical master... Pardon? My husband? Yes, he is here. Goodbye. Nice, Mr. Burley.
Yes, Burley. Yes, we were dancing. You've got a what? A bad cop? Yes, I see. Yes, when you finished... Right. Where? How much? What were you doing with £150,000 on the premises, Mr. Dingwall?
Wages.
All of it?
And we were going to make a purchase.
Yes, what was that?
Machinery.
Machinery?
This is a factory.
I saw the sign.
Tubes and bearings. Tubes and bearings.
Burley, did you get that?
I'm writing as we speak, sir.
You see, Mr. Dingwall, what you're telling me is that this morning you had a very large amount of cash in your office here, lying around.
It wasn't.
The truth is, you were preparing to buy from the black market, weren't you?
No.
He's lying, isn't he, Burley?
He's lying his head off.
Mr. Dingwall, I don't think you'd recognise the truth if it came along and took a large bite out of your rear end. But I don't give a damn about that. What I want to know is who stole the money? Who knew it was here?
A few members of the office staff.
I shall want names, Mr. Dingwall. Here's the list of names of the people who knew about the money. Phone them in, would you?
Right. You think,
They either got lucky or there's a friend on the inside. What do you say?
we'll get him checked. You want a drink?
Yeah. No. A tomato juice.
Sorry?
Nice. Full of tomatoes.
Oh, right. Hello, Chesty.
Hello, Mr. Burley.
How's the emphysema?
Doing very well. What are you drinking?
Oh, I'll have a pint of,
What?
one of those, tomato juice.
A tomato juice?
Yeah, full of, Where's your phone?
Is Mr. Petrella here?
Yeah, he's in the gents. Why?
I've got something important to tell him.
Oh, the phone?
You know what it is? Round the back. Oh, Mr. Petrella.
Yes?
That girl.
Who's that?
The blonde one. The angel.
Oh, yes.
Just after you left, somebody came for her.
Right, well, that's all right then, isn't it?
You look like a wrong un.
Look, Chesty.
That's all I'm saying.
Yes, you look like a grown-up to me. Are these my drinks?
Yeah. Didn't know Mr. Burley drank tomato juice.
Yeah. All right, Burley.
Yeah. I caught Milo. He's just going out.
What for?
Someone's found a dead body by the river.
Head smashed in, sir.
Yes.
Nasty one. It reminds me...
Yes, very good, Burley.
Gaping hole in crown, brain visible.
You sound like Dr. Pond.
You went through up there, off the jetty. See where the fence is broken?
Oh, yes. A fall? I said a fall, Milo?
Possibly.
They've been drinking. Smelling?
Yes.
So why the hesitation? A heavily drunken man loses his footing on a quayside, crashes through rotted fence and lands on his skull, in a way that skulls were not designed to resist.
Probably.
That word again.
It's just a feeling.
Was it a peculiar feeling? Like the young lady of Ely?
You know what's going on, don't you, Burley?
What's that?
Milo's becoming a detective.
I've warned him about that.
What was his name?
Bernard Francis Nichols, employed by Messrs. Gidney, Lamp and Glazier, a solicitor.
Do you want to follow it up?
Yes, sir.
You better had then. Would you say it was murder, Dr. Pond?
I never give opinions. Yes, Inspector?
This game we play.
You want to have a look at him? Minor abrasions on his hands consistent with a fall. Depressed fracture in crown of head.
We picked up a stone.
What?
Down by the water. Blood on it. You don't comment?
He could have fallen. He'd been drinking whiskey and stomach contents included ham and bread.
Ah.
A pub supper, therefore. A heavy night.
Yes, keep talking.
Are you giving me enough rope to hang myself?
You probably know how much rope you'd need for that, wouldn't you? As a pathologist.
Yes, I would.
So?
People talk about the frailty of the skull.
Do they?
It's evolved to protect our brains. I mean, it isn't going to crumble at every blow or knock, but in this case, there were splinters of skull inside the brain, driven into the brain.
So even after a 6-foot headlong fall?
At this point, I extricate myself from the quicksand of speculation and leave you to your own devices. I nearly said excesses.
You know, you've gone out on a limb for me.
I've done nothing of the sort.
Most of our work is conveyancing.
Yes. Is that interesting, Mr. Lamp?
It isn't principally a question of entertainment. Solicitors like a quiet life.
Not many of you run off to join the circus, you mean?
No, though we may dream.
And did Mr. Nichols dream?
Whiskey-induced, perhaps.
He drank?
A habit he kept for after hours.
I see you're the only remaining one of the original partners.
Both Mr. Gidney and Mr. Glazier have passed away.
Now you'll have to carry on alone.
Doesn't worry me. Anything else?
Could you trust Mr. Nichols?
Yes, within limits.
What limits?
Well, he was a human being. That's what I mean.
The commander's office, with its abstract trappings of power, size, scope, and air. Jack Bayliss, my mentor. My father's substitute, perhaps. My hero. When I joined the force, he had seen something in me and had nurtured me for CID, and I had flourished, as we do flourish in the secure sight of those whose affection and respect we can count on. So why before this oak-panelled door do I draw breath and hesitate?
Patrick, sit. Let me look at you. Let me examine you for signs of wear and tear. Tell me, are they grinding you down?
I just grind back.
That's very good. Or you rise above them, is that it?
Oh, yes. A vantage point.
The old Petrella. And Sarah.
Well?
And the metaphysical inquiries.
Proceeding.
I bet they are. There are facts, aren't there?
Sir?
You know, there are facts, and behind the facts, more facts perhaps, but ultimately behind everything there lies some other domain, yes? And if we seek to remain in the world of mere facts, we are doomed. Instead, we should set our sights and look elsewhere. Let's begin with the banal. A wage-snatch robbery at a light engineering firm.
Dingwall.
Exactly. And you have begun inquiries, haven't you?
Yes, I have.
Well, those are the facts. Behind the facts, something more.
I don't understand.
I want you to stop your inquiries into the wage-snatch robbery forthwith.
Why?
I'm not prepared to give you a reason.
Then that would be very difficult.
No, on the contrary, it will be easy. Trust me, Patrick.
And somewhere in my head, the sound of a statue wobbling on its plinth, and dust thrown down. And then sadness, gusting into its near neighbor, anger. The commander has asked me to drop inquiries into the wage snatch job. I have decided to go against those orders. You two need to know. I mean, I think you should have the option of considering the effect this might have on your careers. Burley?
What career was that?
Milo, you're young. You're at the beginning.
Please don't insult me, sir.
Well, didn't you ask him why?
He didn't want to tell me. There are questions there, yes, but I've no answers. Shall we get on? This wage snatch, there have been 3 others in other areas, all large, meaty and productive robberies. Their size and success suggests to my mind that they knew when would be the best time to go in.
Well, nothing surprising has come up on the people who work for Dingwall.
Somebody must know. Usual sources?
Okay.
What about me, sir?
I want you to keep going on the Nichols death.
Why?
Don't give me any grief, Milo.
Right, sir.
You think he'll do it?
Of course he will. He's a good boy.
All right, Sam. You're tight here. What's the matter with you? In the bar, fishy? Do you want a drink? Oh, man, he's getting jittery, Manfred. What's he want? He says old Bill is on the case, so he doesn't like it.
Why?
Well, because he doesn't. Anyway, about your tart.
You know she's going to be useful.
We may not use her.
What do you mean?
I'm thinking to make the next job our last one.
You didn't tell me about that.
Well, we haven't discussed it. We're discussing it now.
So you're saying we've had a good run?
Well, you see that, don't you?
Oh, yeah, I do now. Now you've pointed it out, brother.
Now we've discussed it.
We can go, yeah?
With a bang. Which brings me to your tart. We may have to move away.
Where?
I'm giving you warning of an imminent move, Manfred, that's all, and she may not fit in the suitcase.
I'm taking her with me. I like her.
Oh, I don't see it.
Well, I didn't ask you to, did I, Sam?
Yeah, well, this is going to take some thought. All right. Get her ready for next week. Our last job. Get her ready. We're going to use her after all.
Commander Bayliss has just bought a house.
I don't want to know.
Wimbledon. Spacious and luxurious, giving on to the common.
What made you look into that?
Must be my horrible mind. And also the solicitor who handled the transaction for him was Mr. Lamp.
Lamp?
Nichols' boss.
What's the connection? Are you making a connection?
Oh, no, sir.
Good. Where's Milo? Burley?
I saw you, Mr. Milo.
Hello, Chesty. How's your...
It's all right. How are you?
In the mood for a drink?
Yeah? Listen. Something you can pass on to your boss. That fella Nichols. He was in here on the night he died.
Was your bread and ham in his stomach, was it?
It would have been. And my whiskey, too. He was putting it away, and he wasn't alone.
You've just remembered this.
I had my memory jogged. The bloke who was with him came back yesterday. He picked up an angel.
An angel?
Someone I'm interested in. Just tell your boss.
I don't like your brother.
It's nothing.
He scares me.
You look beautiful.
He said I'm going to be useful. Well, what was that?
We want you to do a job for us.
What?
Go to work for us for a week, that's all. It's just, you know, secretarial. There's a firm we're interested in.
And what about us?
Us? Yeah. What you hiding under that towel? You're so beautiful, you know. Like an angel.
Look. No wings.
Baby, you don't need them.
Nichols was murdered.
Yes?
Forensics say the fence wasn't broken by his fall, but by blows from a sledgehammer. Somebody wanting to make it look like...
Yes, okay, pursue that.
Nichols got the wrong side of someone. They killed him and they went to great efforts to disguise it.
And he had form, by the way. Fraud.
Nichols did.
Who'd employ a dodgy solicitor?
Wait a minute. Wait.
Another dodgy solicitor.
Lamp?
Yeah.
You see, this is where I'm not...
If we could make a connection between Lamp, Bayliss and the wage snatch mob...
I want to tell you I'm uncomfortable with this. Can we keep Bayliss out?
Do you want to ignore it?
There's nothing to ignore. Just tracing your finger around nothing in particular. I need a minute. I don't want us to get hot at this moment. All right. Milo, go back to the pub and... No. All right, Burley, go to the pub and bring Chesty in to look at mugshots. He says Nichols was with someone, yes?
Yes, sir.
I will go and see Mr. Lamp again and see if I can't make him jump. Milo, you come with me. If Lamp leaves the building in a hurry, you'll be outside. Follow him. That's all for now, gentlemen, all right? When our heroes fall, it's ourselves we fear to lose. For after all, it is our heroes who make us what we are, or what we think we are. Baylis. The name had once meant a standard from which, or to which, I could aspire. Well, what are a young man's aspirations for? Best dump them quick and don't look back.
Go on. I'm still listening.
No, I mean, Sarah, do you ever get tired of doing the same thing?
Dancing? No.
Bored, weary, don't you?
No. At least there was once when before I came here, I wanted to be, I never told you this. I wanted to be a tango star. I dreamt of performing in a ray of electric light. And in Buenos Aires, can you imagine what that meant? And I believed I would have no life unless that could become a reality.
But you didn't.
Well, you know I didn't.
Why?
My father was promoted within the embassy. They sent him to England. I was 16.
But your disappointment.
Oh, consumed me for 1 year. And then I realized tango was teaching me something. In tango, when you dance, there is no you. Or rather, it is not you who is doing the dancing.
So now you're free?
Oh, when tango dances you, Patrick, it is no longer a question of being free.
Mr. Lamp, thanks for giving me the time.
I had an option?
It's good of you.
Yes?
It's about Mr. Nichols. Just a few leads, a few questions. Do you know why anyone would murder him?
He fell.
When drunk, yes.
So what makes you think...
That was the story.
You're saying he was murdered?
Murdered, oh yes. Followed, attacked, his skull stove in, then kicked off the key like a dog. You all right?
I can't help you.
You sure? You sure of that?
What? Why do you think I could?
You were his colleague. You knew what he was up to.
He wasn't up to anything.
No. I mean, whatever he had been up to. You understand? He had his fingers in the till in his last job and was sent down for it. And you were good enough to employ him. Convinced, I suppose, of his successful rehabilitation. Had no cause for complaint.
I said he was a drunk.
Yes?
Anything else I would have known about.
Did he have any unpleasant friends?
Not as far as I know.
The sort of person you wouldn't normally expect to see hanging around a solicitor's office?
No.
But somebody wanted to push him down an embankment and bury a stone in the top of his head.
I have no bloody idea.
He'd been helpful. And I took a slow walk back to the office, amidst the rain and the clutter of that winter's afternoon. The dead end of the year, December. The season when nature tries her best to wipe you off the face of the earth. And once there, my hand hovered above the phone, like a bird of prey above a mouse. Whether to authorize a search of a fellow officer's bank account or not. Wondering whether I would mind not being a police officer anymore. And then the mouse screamed at me. Petrella? What happened? Tell me what happened to you, Milo.
Hospital's all right, actually.
Yeah?
Sit down. Would you, sir?
So?
I saw you come out of Lamp's office, and I waited. He didn't move for 2 hours till about 5:30. He went into the underground and got under the Northern Line. I was behind him. He got out at Essex Road. I followed him, even stood in the lift with him. He didn't look at me. He didn't know I was there. I'm certain he didn't.
It's all right, go on.
He crossed the New North Road and went up Northampton Street.
Yes.
He turned up some steps, some new building amongst the bomb sites. Basildon Mansions. I went to the lift and saw the last person to use it had gone to the 4th floor. I couldn't be sure it was him, but there was a good chance, so I went outside to check what lights were on. That's when I collected a punch. I saw a shadow, and that was it.
How many of them?
2. I fell back, but managed to land a kick. Then I ran for the flats. I got into the lift and pressed for the 6th. They knew what floor I was going to, so I stopped it at the 3rd. I could hear them coming. I sent the lift on up and ran down the corridor. The first door I came to, I knocked on.
Anyone there?
Sir?
I need to come in.
Basis?
I'm a police officer.
I have a gun.
There's no need for that.
Identification. Oh, Lord.
A gun, you say?
I hunt.
Do you? In London?
Are you going to arrest me?
Show me your gun, please.
My service revolver. It was with me at Dunkirk. I sleep with it. Is that against the law?
I'm prepared to let you off, Mr.
Major Flint.
Is it loaded?
You're being pursued.
Yes.
Are they bad men?
I'd say they were. Do you have a phone?
Then why don't we kill them?
Major! A lady walking her dog had seen the fight on the street and called the police. I'm all right.
And?
He got away. Back door. And lamp?
We searched the flats. He wasn't there. He never was. I'm not blaming you. He drew you in there.
I'm sorry.
Now, wait a minute. Before self-recrimination overtakes you, you say the land was flat around there?
Bomb sites.
Mainly or completely?
Just these 3 blocks of flats.
3.
Basildon Mansions and 2 others.
He went in one of those then? Right. I rattled him in his office. No question. I could feel it. I could see it. He makes a call to someone, sounding nervy, and that person agrees to a meeting. To reassure him, perhaps. Calm him down. Now then. Which one did he go in?
I was followed.
Not now.
I was followed. There were shots.
Were there? Oh, that sounds dangerous. Someone could have been hurt.
Listen.
I am. Sit down.
I don't want to sit down.
Sit down. Go on. Sit down.
I feel like I
can't talk to you standing up. Good. Go on in.
Why was Nichols killed?
Operational reasons.
I don't understand.
You know what that means. It was strategic. He was getting up my nose for one. But between ourselves, he was dishonest. He stole from me. Now then, does that answer your question? Well, you look glum now.
Glum?
Listen, it's all going very well, isn't it? In every respect, yes?
I take murder seriously.
I take murder seriously. No one takes murder more seriously than me. He was stealing from me. What could I do? I couldn't send him to prison. It was just. He did wrong. He was greedy. You're not like that, are you?
No.
Then you've got nothing to worry about. One more job. Then my brother and me are taking early retirement, you see? Then we're finished. And you're finished. I'm going to give you a golden handshake. Well, you trust me, don't you? Hello, Manfred.
What's going on?
Sort of use your flat for a meeting.
I was leaving.
That's right. Mr. Lamp was about to go out. That's a bit of a joke, eh, Julie?
Yeah, killing.
Right, I'll,
Can I speak to you Thursday morning? Everything will be done by then.
Yes.
Right. Very good. Excellent.
The place is crawling with coppers.
Yeah, I know. Look, Julie, why don't you go and wash your hair or something? Yeah, big day tomorrow. Start your new job, yeah? How's it going?
Tell me.
Lamp was followed.
Here?
Not here, but near here. So Mac and Terry blocked him.
Who?
Well, some detective.
They attacked a copper?
The thing is...
No!
Look, the thing is...
Why? What'd they do that for?
The thing is, where were you?
What?
You see, I have to do a lot of this on my own nowadays.
What, cocking things up?
What? Look, when this is done, you see what happens. When this is done, she goes back to bleeding Liverpool. Manfred, you're my brother. Look, you're going crazy with it, but you're my brother.
Where is Chesty?
Well, I went to the pub.
Of course.
He wasn't there. I saw Jim behind the bar. I asked him. He said he went out.
On his own?
I said to him...
On his own, Burley?
No. A girl came to the bar.
Blonde, young, Liverpool accent?
Not London anyway, he said.
So Chesty went off with her?
Well, is Milo all right?
Yes, he's all right.
I'd like to give a right-hander to the people who done that.
Where do you think Chesty is right now?
Got lucky?
She picked him up, though.
To shut him up.
Probably. What?
Well, you seem a bit...
All right. My contact at the bank told me Commander Bayliss recently paid in £500 cash.
Well, well.
Worse. The numbers on the notes correspond to money taken from the last wage snatch. This is Bayliss, the one who stood for principle over profit, who was going to rid us of corruption, who was... You know, I can hear a crashing sound.
You what?
Heroes falling.
What are you going to do about him?
Ah, this is interesting, at the least.
I'm all right.
I can see you're all right. Everyone's all right when they're drunk.
Not drunk.
Patrick, the bottle is nearly empty.
Oh, don't know how that happened.
You're a sweet man, Patrick, and I know that normally you would not wish to escape something painful.
Not escape, Sarah. Got it wrong there.
I got it wrong. Patrick, look at me. Can you focus those blurry eyes? Those lovely eyes, Patrick, that I love. All red now.
I am disappointed with something. With someone.
Ah.
And how many disappointments can we take?
Thousands?
No.
One of your fine colleagues?
Yeah. There's so much low life. One would like to think to depend on. It's childish, isn't it? Hoping, idealizing. You just feel a wall has gone down that might have...
What?
I don't know.
What?
Whatever walls do. Although, I mean, foundation. Something in the building line.
You must stand alone then.
Yes, I don't want to do that.
Of course not. Most people are only concrete for a while.
Concrete?
Yes, and then it crumbles, turns to rubble. And for many to have been strong for a while may turn out to have been no small achievement. Are you wondering about yourself?
Probably.
Oh, don't you know, Patrick? You are a tower.
Look at me, Sarah. Do I look like a tower? And what is it, after all, when I get down to it, that I am running from? We seek protection in another, but it is comfort only in an idea, and ideas are glass balls, light, hollow, empty, and above all, breakable.
You still think Chesty's been got?
I got no idea, Burley.
Fair enough.
So, let's go over it. A solicitor is killed.
For reasons unknown.
He had met someone. They offered him a job. You said he did time.
Yeah, for fraud.
Where?
The Scrubs. He finished his sentence a year ago.
About the same time these wage snatch jobs began, in fact.
Yeah, would be.
So, he meets someone inside who sets him up. He gets out and immediately goes to work for a bench solicitor, Lamp. Lamp knew about Nichols' crooked work and didn't mind because...
He was going to employ him to do some more.
But what? What does anybody want a bench solicitor for?
Cleaning money.
Again?
Well, if the cash from the wage snatches can't be used because it's marked, it's got to be put through a legit business.
Conveyancing, for example.
That'd do.
So, they hold large sums of money for clients, then feed it back into their accounts, taking a check in exchange. Oh, my God. Bayliss.
But you said...
Oh, my God. He recently bought a house. You said that.
Yeah, Wimbledon.
Lamp did the conveyancing. The marked banknotes that found their way into Bayliss's account, they
might have been straight.
How do we know?
Why did he tell us to get our noses out of the wage snatch inquiry?
I don't know. Look, all right. Lamp is cleaning money for the wage snatch gang. It was they who killed Nichols. But Lamp didn't know about it until I told him. He rang them, agitated. They arranged a meeting in one of the blocks of flats near where Milo was attacked. We have a list of tenants?
Yeah.
Right. I'll check if any of them have done time. Get onto the prison service. See who Nichols shared cells with.
Right. And the commander?
Our moment will come.
Can you breathe?
Not really, no.
I'm sorry they tied you up.
You led me here.
Yeah, I know.
Take the sack off my head.
Are you all right? You look ill.
Let me go.
I couldn't do that.
They're gonna kill me.
He said he wanted to talk to you.
I don't know him.
He's only going to talk to you.
He's gonna kill me.
I didn't know they were like this. They said... Manfred said he'd get me a job. I didn't know. When I started work at Limports, it was all right, but then Manfred asked me about the wages, the money, when the money would be there, and then I knew. That's all he wanted from me.
Then you are in trouble.
No. I still love him.
No.
What do you mean?
We've got to get away.
He'll come for me.
What?
Manfred. He won't let anything happen to me.
Angel? You're an angel.
That's what I am. He wouldn't let anything happen to me.
You agree? Manfred?
Yes.
And the girl too? Think about it.
I never thought that...
You did.
I didn't.
Got no choice. Both of them. We have to protect our backs.
I suppose.
Now, look, then we're out of it. The job and then we're gone. You and me. Hey?
Yes.
You want me to do it?
Yeah, you do it.
Nichols shared a cell with someone called Samuel Tillotson. You got that?
Samuel Tillotson. I got a Manfred Tillotson.
His brother?
Why not? Go and arrest Lamp.
Charge?
Suspicion of handling stolen money. We'll see what we can get out of him. I'll go to the Tillotsons' flat.
Shall I meet you there?
Yes, I'll call you. I've got something else to do first. Yes, Burley?
I was going to say good luck.
Well, say it then.
Good luck.
Sit down, Patrick. You've continued your inquiries about the wage snatch, haven't you?
Yes.
Against my orders. You followed someone to the apartment of a suspect. For God's sake, Patrick, why did you do that?
Because of the past.
What's that supposed to mean?
Do you remember when I first came to Patton Road Police Station?
Yes, of course I do.
A rookie. You were inspector. You said to me, Petrella, there will be times when it will feel as though the world has broken off from its mooring and is spinning to destruction, and that only you can stop it. This feeling is an illusion, you said, because in the police force, it is never up to an individual. Your colleagues are your comrades in arms. That is the meaning of the words police force. And I above all, you said, I above all will be with you. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Is this still true?
What is this about? Your ambition?
No.
You have always been ambitious, not always a virtue.
It isn't about that.
You sure? You sure it isn't? And how would you know?
How did...
What?
Why do you have money in your bank account that was stolen from Dingwall's?
You've been into my account?
Why did you do it? When did it happen?
What?
The wall.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the wall, the bloody wall, the crack in... How could you do that? And why?
Yes. And? Right. What else have you done, Patrick? Pursuing your inquiries, what else? I need to know because at this moment, police officers have followed the Tillotsons to a warehouse. They want to know who's inside. I want you to speak to the officer at the end of the phone.
I don't want to do that.
You don't want to?
Give me the phone, please. Hello? Probably an old man. Chesty Lambert is in there, and also perhaps a young woman. I don't know her name.
You got that? Right. And now we're going to have a bit of a chat, Patrick.
Manfred.
All right, love.
Are we going?
Soon.
When?
Go and look after the old man, Manfred. Well, go on, I'll talk to Julie.
Manfred?
It'll be all right, Angel.
Sam, wait for me. I wouldn't do anything without you, brother. We're all right, aren't we? You and me, Julie? You want to go back to Liverpool, is that right?
I'm staying with Manfred.
Oh.
It's what I want to do.
Oh, that's nice. But I don't know.
What do you mean?
Listen, will you do something for me?
What?
You want to go over by the door for me?
What?
Well, stand over there, just up there.
What are you going to do?
I want to take your photograph. Manfred wanted it, so let's stand over there.
You haven't got a camera?
Yeah, I've got one in my pocket. Hey, you're shaking.
Let me go.
Don't be daft. Stand over there and give us a smile.
Let me go. Please.
Julie? It's all right. I was just going to take care of it.
This is the police. Throw down your weapons and come out.
Sam, what's going on? Listen to me. What are you talking about? Sam, it's the bloody girl. No. She gets it, and then we are out of here. Sam!
What? I see. They're out. One of the Tillotsons is dead. Samuel.
What happened?
His brother Manfred shot him.
Manfred?
Manfred was informing for us, and has been throughout. That was principally why I wanted you to leave the case alone.
Why didn't you tell me?
Why the hell should I?
Again, Patrick, the long night's meditation.
I was just coming to bed.
All's well that ends well. No, that's not your way, I know.
I can't... There's something...
He explained,
Oh, yes.
and now you know you can trust him. The wall proved to be strong. What else is there?
It wasn't... It isn't that I can't trust him. But what is damaged, what has been perhaps irreparably damaged, Sarah, I don't know, lies in the fact that when it came down to it, he couldn't trust me.
Well, I trust you. And do you trust me?
Oh, with my life.
Then come to bed. Let's celebrate this small miracle.
And in the watches of the night, as your mind restates the things that make and remake you, you may note that the hand that once clung to old certainties, old heroes, has slowly relaxed, and that you've ceased to cling at all. And at that moment, the surprise you feel when you see your life has not fallen to pieces is suffused with the deepest gratitude, and everything is light of foot and formal of structure, and everywhere there is the sound of tango.
In Heroes and Villains by Michael Butt, based on the stories by Michael Gilbert, Philip Jackson was Inspector Patrick Petrella and Anthony Jackson was Sergeant Burley, with Jamie Glover as Milo, Manta Cash as Sarah, Nigel Carrington as Commander Bayliss, Robin Welch as Dr. Pond, David Redgrave as Lamp, Carl Johnson as Chesty, Lizzie McPhee as Julie, and Cliff Parisi as Manfred Tillotson. Other parts were played by members of the company. Petrella, directed by John Taylor, is a fiction factory production for BBC Radio 4.